Welcome to Limitless Success TV, the place where we unlock the secrets to transforming your life from ordinary to extraordinary. If you're tuning in today, you're already one step closer to changing your financial future. But let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why the idea of becoming a millionaire feels like an unattainable dream for so many people? While it seems so achievable for others, maybe you've thought, that's just for the lucky ones or the ones born with a silver spoon in their mouth. But what if I told you that those are just stories we've been conditioned to believe? What if I told you that the difference between you and someone living the life of their dreams is not luck or fate, but one simple, crucial skill? And this skill is not out of your reach. In fact, it's closer than you think. Today, we're going to dive deep into the truth that most people don't know, that success, particularly wealth and financial freedom, is not a matter of chance or circumstance. It's about mastering a single skill that could completely change the course of your life. Imagine this for a second. What if you could unlock the hidden power within you to transform your financial destiny? What if I told you that the doors to wealth, prosperity, and an extraordinary life are standing wide open, waiting for you to walk through? Would you take that step? You might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. But trust me, this is not some get-rich-quick scheme. This is about learning and applying real strategies, principles, and mindsets that have worked for millions of others before you. It's about breaking free from the shackles of doubt, fear, and confusion, and stepping into a life where you're in full control of your future. So, stay with me, because over the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the secret truth that can change everything for you. The secret that, once you grasp it, will make achieving financial independence not just possible, but inevitable. And the best part? It's not about waiting for the right time or relying on luck. It's about taking action now. You see, every single one of us has within us the ability to become extraordinary. The only question is, are you ready to tap into that potential? Because, my friends, this is your moment. Let's get started. The missing skill. What poor people don't know. You see, the road to financial success isn't some distant dream or an unattainable fantasy. It's not tucked away at the peak of some unreachable mountain, waiting for the lucky few to discover it. It's right here, within your grasp, just waiting for you to take hold of it. Yes, I'm talking to you. I know that might sound too good to be true. And I understand the skepticism. But trust me, it isn't. Let me take a moment to explain why this is not only possible, but well within your reach. The truth is, the difference between those who are financially struggling and those who thrive often boils down to one key thing. They are just one skill away from financial freedom. One skill, that's all. And this skill isn't some complex, unattainable concept that requires years of education or being born with a particular talent. This skill is simple, actionable, and, more importantly, available to anyone willing to learn and apply it. Allow me to share a bit of my own story. A story that will shed some light on how I came to this realization. Years ago, just like many of you, I was stuck in jobs that barely covered my bills. I worked in construction, on farms, and in factories. I spent long, exhausting hours performing repetitive tasks that seemed to have no end. Despite the sweat and effort, I didn't see any progress. I wasn't getting ahead, I wasn't moving forward. Every day felt like the same grind. There were moments when I would find myself staring out into the distance, exhausted and frustrated, asking myself the same question. Why do some people have it all, while others, like me, just keep working harder and harder without ever getting ahead? Why does it seem like the same laws of life apply to everyone? Yet some people break through those barriers, while others remain stuck? I kept wondering, what is the difference between the successful and the unsuccessful? For years, I was unable to find the answer. But then, one day, something happened that changed my life forever. I discovered the one thing I had been missing. I found the skill, the key, that could unlock the door to financial freedom. And once I understood it, everything started to make sense. What I found was not some magical formula or secret shortcut. What I found was a simple, universal truth. The law of cause and effect. The idea that every result in life has a cause. And if you can identify the cause, you can replicate the result. It sounds straightforward, doesn't it? But it is often something we overlook. The world operates according to this law, whether we realize it or not. This law governs all aspects of life, from the way nature functions to how business and wealth creation operate. The more I understood this law, the more I realized that the most successful people in the world didn't stumble upon their success by accident. They understood this principle and took action on it. They recognized the causes that led to their results and learned how to replicate those causes. And here's the key part. They were intentional about their actions. The turning point for me was when I started to study successful people and ask them, "What did you do differently?" I learned that they had a set of habits, skills, and mindsets that set them apart. But more importantly, I learned that anyone could learn and adopt these habits. Anyone who is willing to put in the work and persistently improve their skills can achieve the same results. It was a revelation. All the struggles I had faced, all the years of working tirelessly without seeing progress, it all began to make sense. The missing piece was this: I hadn't been focused on developing the right skills. I was working hard, but I was missing the key skills that could have propelled me forward. Once I understood this, it changed everything. So, if you're out there, working tirelessly but still feeling stuck, know this: you are just one skill away from transforming your life. The challenge is not in the lack of opportunities, but in the lack of understanding of the skills that unlock those opportunities. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter by acquiring the right skills that will lead to the results you desire. And trust me, this skill, this one crucial skill, is available to you right now. You can learn it, master it, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. It's within your reach, and it's waiting for you to take action. Success is a skill set, not luck. I vividly remember the day when everything changed for me. I was working in sales at a company where we all sold the same products to the same customers. From the same office. On the surface, we all had the same tools at our disposal, the same resources, the same opportunities. Yet, there was one colleague who stood out from the rest. He was making 10 times more than anyone else in the office. Despite the fact that we were all operating under the same conditions. The work environment was identical. The clients were the same. And the products were no different. So, what was he doing differently? I was curious. And naturally, I had to ask him, "What's your secret?" I said, hoping for some kind of revelation. His answer was simple, yet profound, and it left me with a new perspective on success. He simply said, "Cause and effect." That moment was a turning point for me. It was in that very instant that I realized something crucial. Success isn't random. It's not about luck, fate, or chance. Success is governed by laws and principles. And if you understand these principles, you can achieve the same success as those who are already living it. The answer was staring me in the face all along. But I hadn't been looking for it the right way. What he was referring to was the law of cause and effect. The idea that everything that happens has a cause. Nothing occurs without a reason. It's a universal truth that applies to every area of life. So, if you want to achieve a specific outcome, you must first understand the causes that lead to it. It's like a recipe. If you follow the right steps and use the correct ingredients, you'll produce the same result every time. The great thing about success is that it leaves traces. When you look at successful people, you can see patterns in their actions, decisions, and habits. These are the tracks of success. And by studying them, you can follow those same tracks. It's not about reinventing the wheel. It's about recognizing what others have done and modeling your approach after theirs. This doesn't mean copying them blindly. It means understanding the principles that worked for them and applying them to your own journey. But here's where most people get stuck. Action. Understanding the principles is only the first step. The next and more important part is taking real, focused action. And I'm talking about action that's deliberate and consistent. It's not enough to just think about what you want or read about how to succeed. Success requires daily, intentional work. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and following through when things get tough. I learned that this process of action is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not about having a lucky break or waiting for the perfect moment to take action. The key is to act, even when things aren't perfect, and to trust that your consistent efforts will eventually lead you to the results you desire. Success doesn't happen overnight, but the more you persist and apply the right actions, the closer you get to achieving your goals. This realization was a game changer for me. It helped me understand that success doesn't require extraordinary talent or luck. It's about developing the right skills, following proven principles, and taking intentional action. Once I understood that, my approach to everything changed. I began focusing less on external factors and more on improving my skills and applying the right actions. And as I did that, the results started to follow. What's fascinating about this is that success is available to everyone. The opportunity to succeed doesn't belong to a select few. It belongs to those who are willing to learn the rules, understand the causes, and take the necessary actions. That's why success is not a matter of chance, it's a skill set. And once you realize that, everything begins to change. The journey from struggle to success. Like many of you, I had to learn the hard way. I spent years struggling without any clear direction, feeling like I was spinning my wheels, working harder than ever but getting nowhere. There were countless moments when I wondered if success was even possible for someone like me. I didn't have a clear path, and I didn't understand why I wasn't getting the results I wanted. But then, one day, something clicked, and everything began to change. The moment I realized that success isn't an accident, that's when my life turned around. I had always believed that success was something that just happened for a lucky few, or that it was reserved for those with special advantages. But I soon discovered that this wasn't true. Success isn't a random event, it's a process, a formula, a system of thinking and acting. It's a pattern that can be replicated by anyone, no matter where they come from or what challenges they face. When I started to look at the most successful people I knew, I noticed something they all had in common. They didn't rely on luck. They didn't wait for the perfect moment or for circumstances to magically align. Instead, they followed a set of principles that worked for them. They approached their goals with a clear plan and a set of actions that they took every single day. These were not one-time efforts, but daily habits that they repeated consistently over time. They understood that success wasn't a fluke, and it wasn't a matter of chance. It was about doing the right things, at the right time, over and over again. It's like baking a cake. Nature doesn't care if you're rich or poor, educated or uneducated. If you follow the recipe, you get the cake. If you follow the steps in the right order and use the right ingredients, you'll create the same result every time. This is exactly how life works. Whether you're starting with nothing or already have some resources, the same principles apply. The only difference is whether you're willing to follow the recipe. Once I understood this, it was like the fog had cleared. The struggle I had experienced for years no longer seemed so pointless. Instead of feeling frustrated, I began to see every challenge as an opportunity to learn, to apply the principles that others had used to succeed. And that's when things started to change. By focusing on the right actions and developing the right mindset, I started to move forward, one step at a time. The great thing about success is that it's not reserved for a select few. If you're willing to replicate the steps taken by successful people, eventually, you will arrive at the same destination. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is that you take consistent action and apply the principles that have worked for others. If you keep doing the right things over time, you will see the results. This realization changed everything for me. I understood that success wasn't some rare, magical event. It was a process, a repeatable formula that anyone could follow. All it took was a commitment to learning, a willingness to work hard, and the courage to keep going when things got tough. Understanding the mindset, one skill away. Here's the truth. You are only one skill away from doubling your income. Yes, that's right. It might sound too simple, even unbelievable, but it's the reality. The key to unlocking your financial potential and changing your life forever is often just one skill. Think about it for a second. What if you could identify that one skill, master it, and watch your income multiply? That's all it takes, a single change, a single skill, and everything shifts. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I'm not good with money, or I don't have the right skills. These thoughts are natural, and I get it. I've been there myself. But let me reassure you, you can learn any skill. No skill is beyond your reach if you are willing to put in the time, effort, and commitment to learning it. The moment I realized this for myself, everything changed. I stopped seeing my lack of skills as an obstacle, and instead, I saw it as an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to achieve more than I ever thought possible. The key is taking that first step, the commitment to learn. For me, it was the decision to stop feeling stuck and to start acquiring the skills that could propel me forward. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or for everything to align perfectly, it's about taking action. Even when you're unsure, and trusting that with the right skills, success will follow. But here's where it gets exciting. The first step is always the hardest. But it's also the most rewarding. When I started focusing on developing my skills, whether it was learning how to manage money, understanding investments, or mastering communication, I began to see the results in my life. I moved from a place of uncertainty to a place of confidence. I stopped doubting my ability to succeed and started putting in the effort to improve. And guess what? Things started to change. I'm not saying it was easy. There were times when I felt overwhelmed or when progress seemed slow. But each day I made a small step forward. Each day, I committed myself to learning a little bit more, to acquiring new knowledge, and to applying it. Over time, this commitment turned into a habit, and those habits turned into tangible results. So now, I want you to ask yourself, what's one skill I could master today that would change everything for me? Is it learning how to invest? Is it improving your communication skills? Maybe it's developing a new technical skill, or learning how to manage your time better. Whatever it is, find that one skill that could unlock your potential and set you on the path to success. Remember, you're not far away from the life you want. You're just one skill away. It may seem small, but mastering that skill can create a ripple effect in every area of your life. Whether it's your career, your relationships, or your financial situation, that one skill can be the catalyst for everything else. The choice is yours. Will you take the first step today? The power of consistency and learning. Success isn't about waiting for one great moment of achievement to come crashing down on you. It's about consistency. It's about the small, everyday actions that, when compounded over time, lead to remarkable results. For me, it took years of honing my skills in various fields, whether it was in sales, real estate, or business development. I tried many different paths, and while each one presented its unique challenges, there was one truth that became clear in all of them: learning never stops. Every new experience, every success, and even every failure was an opportunity to learn. And that's something most people don't realize. Success isn't reserved for the naturally gifted. It doesn't require genius. What it requires is something far more attainable: persistence. It's the determination to keep going, even when things aren't easy, and the discipline to show up every single day and put in the work, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem at the time. When I first started, there were moments when progress felt slow, and results didn't come as quickly as I hoped. But over time, I realized that each small step, each new skill I learned, was building towards something greater, and I kept at it. In every area of my life, I focused on learning and applying the knowledge I gained, whether through formal education, reading, or simply gaining practical experience. Slowly but surely, these efforts began to pay off. Here's the secret that most people miss: consistency compounds. The key isn't how brilliant you are at the start. It's about how much effort you put into improving each day. The most successful people aren't the ones who were born with extraordinary talents. They're the ones who were willing to show up day after day, putting in the work, refining their craft, and embracing the process of learning. As I moved forward in my journey, I began to see that success wasn't a single event, but a series of decisions, actions, and habits that came together over time. Learning became not just a means to an end, but a way of life. Every piece of information I absorbed, every new strategy I tried, added value to my growth. I found that the more consistent I was in applying what I learned, the more I began to see results in my life. The great part about this is that it doesn't matter where you start. You don't need to have a head start or the best circumstances. Whether you're beginning from scratch or whether you already have some experience, it's all about putting in the time and effort. If you commit to learning and applying that knowledge consistently, eventually, you will reach the top. And here's where most people get stuck. They give up too soon. They try something once, don't see immediate results, and then quit. They assume that success is something that happens quickly. But the reality is that success is a long-term game. It's about making small, incremental improvements every day and trusting the process. If you persist long enough, you'll eventually look back and realize how far you've come. The results may not be immediate, but consistency always pays off in the long run. The truth is, learning is a lifelong journey. There will always be more to discover, more to improve, and more to apply. But the more you invest in yourself, the more you refine your abilities, and the more you stay committed to learning and growing, the closer you get to achieving your goals. Success is built on the foundation of daily effort, and that effort compounds, leading to extraordinary results. So, ask yourself, what small, consistent action can I take today that will bring me closer to my goals? It doesn't have to be a huge leap. Just one small step forward every day is enough to start building momentum. Over time, you'll look back and realize that those small actions added up to something much greater than you ever imagined. The big shift. Becoming the person you need to be. Becoming wealthy isn't just about earning more money. It's about becoming the person who can manage wealth. Think about it. The person you are today might not be the person who can handle the responsibilities and challenges that come with wealth. To reach that point, you have to evolve. You have to step outside of your comfort zone and grow, not just financially, but personally. You need to develop key qualities like discipline, perseverance, and decision-making. These are the qualities that enable you to sustain success once you've achieved it. The truth is, success is not just about accumulating wealth. It's about who you become along the way. It's about how you evolve, adapt, and grow into the person capable of handling what success brings. Your journey toward financial success is as much about internal transformation as it is about external results. Most self-made millionaires will tell you that the process of becoming a millionaire wasn't simply about the money, it was about personal transformation. They needed to change who they were in order to attract, manage, and sustain wealth. This is where the concept of abundance comes in. You need to develop a mindset that understands there are endless opportunities available to you. Opportunities aren't limited, they are everywhere. And you are fully capable of recognizing them and seizing them. This mindset shift is crucial. It's about opening your eyes to the possibilities and preparing yourself to take action when the time comes. Now, let me break down a few actionable steps that successful people consistently apply in their journey. First, find what you love to do. You've probably heard this advice before, but it's worth repeating. Successful people do what they love. The difference is, they don't consider it work. When you find something that excites you, something you're passionate about, you'll naturally give it your best effort. It might be sales, real estate, entrepreneurship, or something else entirely. The key is to find what makes you come alive and dive into it wholeheartedly. Once you've found it, commit fully. The more you pour your energy into something you truly care about, the greater the results you will achieve. Next, commit to excellence. Here's the thing. You don't need to be perfect from the start, but you need to aim for excellence. Striving to be in the top 10% of your field should be the standard, not the exception. Excellence is what sets you apart from the crowd, and it's the reason why people succeed at the highest level. If you aren't working toward excellence, you're just marking time. The top performers in any industry didn't get there by simply doing the bare minimum. They pushed themselves, they improved, and they set higher standards for their work. The third step is to invest in your skills. You are your greatest asset. Investing in yourself should be your top priority. Whether it's through courses, workshops, or mentorship, every dollar you spend on personal growth will yield exponential returns. The more you learn, the more valuable you become, and the more opportunities open up for you. The best investors in the world are those who continually invest in their most important asset, themselves. The next principle is to be autonomous. Take control of your life. Don't wait for permission to succeed. Too often, people look for external validation or approval. But successful people know that the only approval they need is from themselves. You are in charge of your destiny. Take ownership of your actions, your decisions, and your future. No one else can give you the permission you need to achieve your dreams. Only you can do that. Finally, let's get to the most important question. Are you ready? Are you ready to take control of your future? Are you prepared to learn that one skill? To take that first step that will change everything for you? The truth is, we are all capable of greatness. But greatness doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you commit to personal growth, when you continuously improve, and when you take consistent action. Success is not a matter of if, but of when. As long as you keep learning, growing, and evolving, success will eventually be yours. So, as we wrap up, let me leave you with one last thought. Time will pass anyway. In 5 or 7 years, you'll either be at the top of your field, or you'll still be in the same place you are now, wondering what could have been. The choice is yours. You have the power to take action today and start the journey toward your better future. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this journey today. I hope by now, You realize that wealth creation is not just for the fortunate few. It's something that's within reach for anyone who is willing to put in the work. Learn and develop the skills necessary for financial success. The truth is, success isn't about luck. It's about becoming the person who is capable of managing wealth, taking the right steps, and consistently working towards your goals. So, let's recap what we've learned. It's not enough to just want success. You have to be willing to transform yourself, to embrace growth, and to consistently build the qualities that will make you successful. Persistence, learning, and the right mindset are what will set you apart. And, no matter where you start, it's the small, consistent actions you take every day that lead to big results. Now it's your turn. The journey to wealth starts today, not tomorrow. Commit to learning that one skill that will change everything. Start taking action, step by step, no matter how small. Focus on personal growth and keep applying yourself, and success will eventually find you. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. You've made the decision to invest in yourself today, and that is the first step toward the life you deserve. Now, go out there and take control of your future. The world is full of opportunities, and they are waiting for you to seize them. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for success. You've got this.